The tale of Wesley Allen Dodd is not for the faint of heart. This essay journeys into the life and crimes of one of America's most disturbing predators, whose actions in the late 1980s shocked and horrified the nation. Dodd's story is a chilling reminder of the monsters that can lurk behind a human facade. It forces us to confront uncomfortable questions about nature versus nurture, and the potential for evil within us all. By dissecting his actions and the subsequent legal repercussions, we aim to shed light on broader implications for criminal justice and psychological study. This exploration will take us from his troubled early life through to his capture and execution, reflecting on how his case has shaped legal and psychological fields. As we piece together the fragments of Dodd's life, we uncover a narrative that is as instructive as it is horrifying. Wesley Allen Dodd's early life was marked by subtle yet significant disturbances that hinted at the darkness that would fully manifest later. Born in 1961 in Toppenish, Washington, Dodd grew up in a seemingly typical family. However, beneath the surface there were undercurrents of dysfunction that would later influence his deviant behaviors. His relationship with his parents was strained, characterized by emotional distance and misunderstanding. Dodd's childhood was not overtly traumatic in the conventional sense, but it was punctuated by instances of neglect and emotional unavailability from his parents. These factors are often considered in psychological studies as potential catalysts for abnormal behavior. As Dodd transitioned into adolescence, his behavior became increasingly troubling. Reports from this period indicate a burgeoning interest in voyeurism and more aggressive forms of sexual deviancy. The lack of intervention at this critical stage was a missed opportunity that might have altered the course of his life. This section not only sets the stage for the horrors to come, but also serves as a poignant reminder of the importance of early psychological intervention. By the late 1980s, Wesley Allen Dodd had evolved from a troubled youth into a full-fledged predator. His crimes, which began as secretive peeping incidents, escalated into more direct and horrifying acts. Dodd's methodical approach to stalking and selecting his victims reveals a chilling level of premeditation and a deep understanding of his own predatory instincts. This period of his life represents a critical juncture where latent tendencies turned into active, lethal behaviors. Dodd's choice of victims, typically young boys, underscores a particular predatory pattern. He targeted those who were vulnerable and less likely to be believed if they reported the crimes. The detailed planning and execution of his abductions reflect a disturbing clarity of purpose and absence of remorse, hallmarks of a particular type of psychopathic behavior. Dodd's diary entries, recovered after his arrest, provide a window into his mind, revealing a man who took pleasure in control and domination. The escalation of Dodd's crimes culminated in several abductions and murders in the late 1980s, marking the peak of his criminal career. This section not only chronicles the specifics of his crimes, but also sets the stage for the eventual intervention by the authorities, a turning point in the saga of Wesley Allen Dodd. The crimes committed by Wesley Allen Dodd are some of the most heinous in American criminal history. His first documented act of violence was the molestation of a boy in his neighborhood, an event that would set the pattern for his subsequent offenses. Over the next few years, Dodd's crimes grew in severity and frequency, culminating in the murders of 3 young boys, which he documented meticulously in his diaries. Dodd's method of operation was calculated and cruel. He often lured his victims with promises of toys or money, exploiting their innocence and trust. Once they were isolated, Dodd would proceed with his grim intentions, leaving little chance of escape. Each crime scene was a macabre tableau, meticulously arranged to fulfill his twisted desires. The public reaction to Dodd's crimes was one of shock and horror. This section not only details the specific acts committed by Dodd, but also reflects on the ripple effects they had on the community and the pressing challenge they posed to law enforcement officials. Understanding the mind of Wesley Allen Dodd is a key component in unraveling the motives behind his chilling actions. Psychological analysis based on interviews, personal writings, and expert evaluations presents Dodd as a figure consumed by his deviant desires and driven by a need for control. His lack of empathy and remorse, typical traits of a psychopath, were evident in both his crimes and his personal reflections. Dodd's psychological profile suggests a deep-seated sense of inadequacy and a compensatory mechanism that manifested through dominance and aggression. His interactions, or lack thereof, with his victims reflect a total disconnection from normal human emotions and relationships. Experts have compared Dodd's psychological makeup to other notorious criminals, finding parallels in their emotional disengagement and patterns of behavior. These comparisons are not only academically interesting, but also crucial for law enforcement strategies in dealing with similar threats. Understanding the psychological underpinnings of such individuals can aid in their earlier detection and prevention of future crimes. This section not only delves into the dark mind of Dodd, but also highlights the importance of psychological profiling in the prevention and investigation of crimes. The capture of Wesley Allen Dodd marked a significant victory for law enforcement and a relief for the community terrorized by his actions. After years of evading the authorities, Dodd's arrest in 1989 was the result of a combination of diligent police work and crucial tips from alert citizens. The pivotal moment in the manhunt came when Dodd attempted to abduct a young boy from a movie theater, an act that was thwarted by the child's quick thinking and resistance. This incident provided the police with the necessary leads and evidence to track Dodd down. Upon his arrest, Dodd was found in possession of incriminating material, including detailed diaries of his crimes, which he had kept as a morbid record of his activities. These diaries were crucial in the subsequent trial, providing undeniable evidence of his guilt and a disturbing insight into his mind. The swift action and thorough investigation by the police are commendable and highlight the importance of community vigilance and interagency cooperation. Dodd's capture not only ended his reign of terror, but also triggered a series of legal and investigative reviews aimed at preventing similar incidents. This section not only recounts the dramatic end to a horrifying episode, but also underscores the lessons learned in the realms of law enforcement and public safety. The trial of Wesley Allen Dodd stands as a stark chapter in the annals of criminal justice, highlighting both the strengths and weaknesses of the legal system. Dodd was swiftly brought to trial, and the overwhelming evidence against him led to his conviction on multiple charges of murder and child molestation. This section delves into the legal proceedings and the debates surrounding his sentencing. The nature of his crimes and the evidence presented, including his own diaries, left little room for doubt regarding his guilt. The sentencing phase of the trial was marked by a significant debate over the appropriateness of the death penalty. Ultimately, Dodd was sentenced to death by hanging, a sentence that was carried out in 1993, marking one of the few instances of such a penalty being applied in recent decades. The trial and sentencing of Wesley Allen Dodd raise important questions about justice, retribution, and the role of the death penalty in modern society. This section not only recounts the factual details of the trial, but also explores the broader implications of the legal outcomes. The case of Wesley Allen Dodd had a profound impact on law enforcement practices, particularly in the areas of criminal profiling and the handling of sexual predators. Dodd's ability to evade capture for years highlighted the need for more sophisticated approaches to tracking and apprehending individuals involved in child-related crimes. One of the key outcomes was the enhancement of databases for sexual offenders, which allowed for better tracking and monitoring of individuals with histories of sexual crimes. Dodd's case underscored the importance of interagency cooperation and the sharing of information, which have since become standard practice in handling similar threats. Additionally, the Dodd case led to increased public awareness and education about sexual predators. Programs were developed to teach children and parents about the dangers of strangers and how to respond to potentially dangerous situations. The impact on law enforcement has been multifaceted. ranging from tactical adjustments to broader community engagement strategies. This section not only highlights the specific changes prompted by the Dodd case, but also reflects on the ongoing challenges and opportunities in law enforcement's fight against sexual crimes. The psychological profile of Wesley Allen Dodd offers valuable insights into the minds of similar criminals, providing important clues for both understanding and preventing such devastating behavior. By comparing Dodd's psychological makeup with that of other known predators, researchers have been able to identify common traits and patterns that may indicate potential risks. Studies have shown that individuals like Dodd often exhibit certain psychological characteristics, such as a lack of empathy, narcissism, and a compulsion to control others. These traits, combined with certain environmental factors, can create a volatile mix that leads to criminal behavior. The insights gained from Dodd's case and others like it have led to the development of more effective profiling techniques that are now used by law enforcement agencies worldwide. These techniques allow authorities to more accurately identify individuals who might pose a threat to society and to take preventative measures before crimes occur. The exploration of psychological insights from Dodd's case and similar profiles underscores the importance of psychology in law enforcement. This section not only details the specific findings from these studies, but also highlights the broader impact of psychological knowledge on the strategies and tactics used in modern policing. The dark chronicles of Wesley Allen Dodd serve as a grim reminder of the depths of human depravity, but also as a testament to the resilience and capability of law enforcement and the judicial system. The case offers numerous lessons in the realms of criminal behavior, law enforcement tactics, legal challenges, and psychological insights. One of the key lessons is the critical importance of early intervention and robust community and family support systems. Dodd's early life, marked by signs of future trouble, was a missed opportunity for intervention that could have possibly redirected his path. Another significant lesson is the value of interagency cooperation and the use of advanced technology in law enforcement. The Dodd case highlighted deficiencies in these areas at the time and led to significant improvements that have since become standard practice. Finally, the case has contributed to a deeper understanding of the psychological aspects of criminal behavior, enriching the field of criminal psychology and improving the effectiveness of law enforcement. The insights gained from Dodd's profile have enhanced the ability to profile, predict, and prevent similar crimes. In conclusion, while the story of Wesley Allen Dodd is undoubtedly tragic and disturbing, it is also filled with important lessons that have helped shape better practices in criminal justice and law enforcement.